Well, you're looking at a 1994 Mustang GT. This is the motor, and it looks rough, and it ran really rough. And I'm going to explain to you why. And we've all done it where life is busy and we forget to keep these cars tuned up. So most people will drive these vehicles until they drive no more. So an example on this one here, on the older style, old school, I call them, Mustangs or any old school cars, there consists of spark plug wires, cap, rotor, gas filter, PCV valve, of course spark plugs, and gas filter. So there's a lot more to it than the new cars. The new cars is very simple. Most of them, all you need is a set of spark plugs, and you're going to need the injection flush, curve flush, clean the throttle body, cleaning the mats air. Simple stuff to keep your car up to date in fuel economy, horsepower, because this stuff does get worn out. It's not forever. The new platinum plugs, people push them to 90, 100,000 K, especially some of the 05s that they were two-piece spark plug. They would leave them too long and then they would snap. Half of the plug would stay in the cylinder head, the other spark plug, the other half would come out. So give an example. This one here, the guy got a discount in the past. So they did a tune-up sometime in its life, but they left the original 6 spark plugs and they only put 2 new ones. So basically on this one here, we did the injection flush, carb flush, we did the gas filter, of course we did Ford Racing spark plug wires, cap, rotor, PCV. These are things that you must do to these vehicles, and this car had no power at all. So the customer said this thing is a dog. It is automatic, but I was actually pretty impressed. I went for a ride with it just now, came back, and the car will actually spin the tires now. Not only is going to gain horsepower back, he's also going to gain fuel economy. It'll help. That actually will help you pay for the tune-up. So a complete tune-up on some cars anywhere from $750 or less. Some cars are more complicated, but these ones here pretty well takes care of everything on the full tune-up. So on the old school cars, I tell people you should do a tune-up every 30, 40,000 K. Wires will last you quite a while. Like these ones are pretty old. We had corrosion inside of the coil wire. Basically, it was corroded. So when I pulled the coil wire, it was full of corrosion on both the coil side and the spark plug. So this is something you want to maintain your vehicle. We use the top of the line injection flush. So what this machine does, it strictly hooks up direct to the fuel rail. So it's not an additive you put in the tank, because that just keeps rotating. So we basically run 2 cans through it until it's all gone. The dirtier the injectors are, the longer it takes. So usually it's about, the injection flush, it's about I'd say anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes to do an injection flush. Normally it's about $120. It's a great thing to do. Keep your injectors clean. Of course, keep the carbon off the pistons, the valves. It just kind of, it's like a flush, cleans out your chambers, all that stuff. So this is something that people just don't do. People keep driving until car drives no longer. So this one here lost tons of power. And then, of course, we started taking the spark plugs out and them being original. Some of the vehicles, if you want to know, on some of them at the top of the spark plug will have like a pink dot, a yellow dot. That means they're original spark plugs. We've had cars with 150,000 K original plugs. That really doesn't go very well for the engine, because it's like, this is called, it's like a candle. So if you have an old plug, it's the gap is really big. It just blows out the spark, and then basically your car will run rich and car will not run very well. So tune up your vehicle. It's very important. Thank you for listening. This is just something I wanted to keep you guys up to date, and we're not looking to sell you a tune-up job, but it's something that people forget about. It's very important. Of course, oil change is super important, and that's something that I really push people to do, is to keep their cars tuned up to date and keep them running good. So thanks for listening. And of course, this gentleman now will have some power back in his engine. You probably gain 40, 50 horsepower, because it was definitely a dog. So it's back to being alive again. Doesn't look like it's alive, but it runs really good for an old school motor. So the old 5 liters are tanks. So stay tuned. Anything you'd like to know more about your tune-up on your vehicle, give us a call, and you could talk to Tyler or myself. And enjoy the day. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.